So hey everybody, it is Tuesday and it's 2 o'clock, so that means it's time for Top 5 Tuesday. Thank you for bearing with us. We have had a couple little technical glitches. We had a camera fall off, we had the microphone not on, all kinds of craziness, and I guess that's just what happens sometimes on Tuesdays. But anyway, I'm glad to be here. I had one heck of a weekend, I have to tell you guys, because I went to Alabama. I was at High Roller Racecars, and I think we need some headphones on our monitor here, and there's a set right over here. Anyway, so we're good. But I was at High Roller Racecars. So Justin McCree, he builds lots of street stock chassis, and he also builds some late models. And I was at the Race Logic Chassis School right here, and learning all kinds of things about chassis. And I've always said that I don't know a lot about suspension. You don't hear me talk a lot about suspension here on Crate Insider, mostly because I don't really have a lot of knowledge in that. But I learned so much. I learned so much that I don't even know what I learned yet, to be perfectly honest with you. There was so much knowledge there, and what I'm really glad about is the fact that the reason I was there for two reasons. One is I've been speaking at Race Logic Chassis seminars for the last 2 years. So this would be my third one. And I go there to talk a little bit about fire suppression, because not everybody knows about fire suppression systems. So I go there and do just a little bit of talking about safety and fire suppression. But the other reason I was there this year is because that class, the live class, sold out in like 36 hours. And because I do so much video and just knowing everybody involved, they had me come in and we worked together to record that entire class. And now it's going to be available online, and the website for that is racelogic.vip. So I will tell you that if you were to go sign up right this minute, that you'll see the manual, like the whole PDF of the entire manual is there. I'm working on editing the videos. I just got home yesterday and had a full day, and I'm just getting started on that today. So just letting you know that you can go ahead and sign up. The information isn't up yet, but I'm really working on getting that up in the next week. But oh my goodness, so much knowledge. I'm gonna learn so much just in the editing of it. Whether it's for a street stock, there were so many pieces of that where it wasn't just for a street stock. It would apply to a dirt late model, it would apply to a modified, really any kind of car. We went through shocks for one. I was able to ask the question, hey, I hear things like a linear digressive. What exactly does that mean? And to have it all explained right there in front of me, it was a light bulb moment after light bulb moment. So I'm so thrilled that I got to be a part of it, that I got to watch and see all this firsthand. But truthfully, for me, to be able to watch it over and over again is going to be the true value in that. And because we're talking about Race Logic, while I was there, I said, you know what, can I take, well, I got a hat because, they're super cool. But I was like, you know what, I need to bring back a shirt for my show here. So here we have a Race Logic Chassis School shirt. Brian Littleton has been doing this for 20 years all over the country, multiple classes a year. It's really amazing. He does such an amazing job. Absolutely love him. Fantastic guy. Look at the back of this. I better just move here. So all kinds of chassis. I know he's got one coming up, I think, for modifieds, and he does these in lots of different areas of the country, and it's really phenomenal. So if you get a chance to go to one live, that would just be racelogic.com. You can see what classes they've got coming up. If you get a chance to go to one live, you should totally do that. But if that's not an option for you, or you're just like, you know what, I prefer just to listen to this stuff in my shop, then definitely sign up for that Race Logic Chassis School, racelogic.vip, and you'll have, as soon as I get those videos done and edited, which is all on me, you guys, so just like bear with me. I'm gonna do my best of all of that, but phenomenal information. So I'm gonna stop talking about that because it was fantastic. But really had a great time too. You had Dave Hammond there, Justin McCree, Kevin DuPont, you had Wade Cross from FX Suspension. We also had Ben Baker, who is just phenomenal and knows like all the things. And he's fantastic. And then also Dean from Dirt Car Lift was there to support everyone. It just a really, really fantastic deal, you guys. So that was really great. Another thing I want to mention is there's a sponsorship opportunity going on right now. So I know some of you follow me and what I do over on Winning Motorsports Marketing, and I talk a lot about sponsorship. And so Superior Bearing is a company that I've been working with for a few years here at Crate Insider, and they came and said, hey, you know what, we'd love to get a couple of racers from your audience and have them be sponsored by Superiors. That's what we're calling the promotion. And so we'll drop in the link, and what you'll win if you are selected, and this is a true selection process, so it's not, we're not doing random number generator drawings or anything like that. It really is based on, you know, how are you gonna use this opportunity to promote Superior? How is that gonna help, you know, with their company and brand awareness, and what are you going to do as a sponsored driver, you know, in what they're providing you with. And so I think it's a great opportunity. So it really is, if you use wide 5 bearings, if you use something else, this isn't for you. But if you are a racer who drives a car with wide 5 bearings, then you'll want to click on that link. You're going to want to fill out the questions that are on there. And then what you'll get if you are chosen is you'll get a full set of bearings. So this is just one set for one wheel. So you've got the inner and outer bearing, or inner and outer race, and then you've got all of this, the bearings in the race, grease to go with it. Plus you'll get a Crate Insider prize pack. So this whole deal is worth over $500 because you'll have 4, set of 4 of them for your whole car, plus a Crate Insider, prize pack there. So about worth $500. So gosh, I think we're looking at a deadline of the 17th, so I believe that is Friday. So you've got till Friday to get that filled in, and give it a shot, you guys. You can't, this is kind of like the lottery, you can't win if you don't play. It really is. If you don't apply, there's no way we're going to pick you, just the way it goes. So definitely click that link. It'll probably take about 10 minutes of your time. And we ask the questions and say, do you have a Facebook page? If so, what's the link? Do you have a website? And that's just so we can compare, and thinking about, how many platforms do you have that you can go ahead and promote on, because the internet is so important today with promotions. And okay, so now those are my little promo things of today, and I do have a featured product that I want to bring you guys because I'm so excited about this. I was so excited I had to actually edit this video today. I talked to Ben Baker when I was at PRI, and so you may have seen it if you've been on Crate Insider's Facebook page or YouTube channel today, but we're talking about the Longacre waterproof gauges. You guys, these are a game changer right here. These are, and so I wanted to get one so I could show it to you. Here we have, happens to be the analog version. You can do analog or digital, and there are all kinds of configurations. So whether you just want one gauge, like this should be the water pressure gauge, am I right? Yeah, this is the water pressure gauge, and it's 0 to 60 PSI, you can see. What's so important about this, Ben gives a great tech tip in there, is that, your water pressure is probably more important than having water temperature. And the reason why is because if you see you've lost all your water pressure, something really bad has happened, and it's about to really, really happen if you don't get that taken care of and pull off immediately. So that's why I happened to show this, and we will have a separate video with that exact tech tip in it. We'll have that up in the next couple weeks or so. But right now you can see that they've got panels of, here's 3 of these gauges. We have where it's single gauges. They're all, I believe, 2 3/4. I'm not sure if it says it on here. And of course, anytime I'm on live video, no pressure. But they're all the same size. So you've got this uniform size, which is great. And what's really cool, if you already have Longacre gauges, their currents, those sensors that you used with those, you can buy these a couple of different ways. You can buy it where it has all the sensors with it, or you can buy it where it doesn't have sensors and it's just going to use the ones from what you had before, and that's perfectly fine. And we do sell it both ways on the website over on Crate Insider, so you can take a look at that. But what's really nice is you're going to pressure wash your car, right? I mean, of course you are, and any of that water, you don't have to worry about that damaging your gauges anymore. And gosh, throw out some thumbs up, because I think they've done one heck of a job with these gauges. Absolutely love it. So before we jump into the top 5 products of the week, I'm going to jump over to the comments here. I'm going to say hi to a few folks, and I want to see if you guys have any questions, feel free to drop them in. I do love questions. Oh, I didn't even tell you how to win. To win the Race Logic t-shirt, just drop in a comment. You can say hi, you can leave an emoji, or heck, drop in a GIF. I mean, really whatever you want to do. I'm a big proponent that if you're watching a live video, if you want to lurk, you can lurk, and I'm not going to call you out. But if you, because sometimes I just want to chill, you know, I just want to watch something. I don't really want to be called out. So I'm not going to call your name unless you actually have, you know, you've indicated that that's okay. I'm also going to give away a Crate Insider shirt over here. So that we will have that. So we've got a Crate Insider shirt. You'll have your choice of size. My Race Logic shirt happens to be an extra large. It is what it is. So here we go. All right, so let's see here. I see a lot of highs, and just want to see, oh, people know my sign from last week. Yep, I'm switching stuff up. I'm making new things happen here. And we have so many people here today, and I just want to thank you all. Is that dynamite wired around your neck? That is such a great question. Actually, this is my wireless, so I can be on the phone. So this little thing goes in my ear, and that way I can talk and have two hands. And I know it's super nerdy. But you guys, if you guys haven't realized I'm a nerd yet, I'm a nerd. I'm just gonna let you know here. So a lurker. I love the lurker GIF. That Joe, that's freaking fantastic. Absolutely love it. So there we go. Oh, Bill lost his top fan badge. You know what, Bill? I am sure that you're gonna win it back. Absolutely. I didn't turn off badges or anything. I promise I didn't. So anyway, thank you all for being here. Let's go ahead and jump into our top 5 products of the week. We have so many things going on right now because it's January. It's crazy time. And let me see. So in my number 5 spot, of course, I mean, I have all this planned. Like, it's all sitting here, but sitting on the floor probably isn't the best place for it. So put it in my chair. Here we go. In the number 5 spot, this is for my 602 customers if you've got a 602 engine, and this would be our high velocity heads. We call this the dual plane intake manifold carb spacer. That's what we call it. The technical SKU for it is an ST4150-2AL. The great thing about this one is, you know, just like the name says, it's for a dual intake manifold, dual plane intake manifold, because on a 602 we have two at the top of that manifold. Instead of having like 4 holes, we have 2 of these oval spaces like this. So by having this carb spacer that is exactly the same as the manifold really helps to direct that fuel. So we found really the best performance on a 602 if you can run this spacer, which we don't really see this outlawed in very many places. You know, some things are, but this one's pretty universally accepted. Maybe in that Midwest market, I know in IMCA, if you're running an IMCA, you just have to run their mandated carb spacers, like at least in the 604s, and I'm not sure you can even run them in a 602. Not off the top of my head, but you probably can't run this one. But everybody else, you guys can run this, and if you've got a 602, this would be a really great way to go. And our dual plane intake manifold carb spacer, it runs 134, and we keep these on the shelf, so this is one of our stocking items, and you can certainly pick it up at any time. All right, next up in the number 4 spot this week is our anti-reversion muffler. Now this was designed by Hendron Racing Engines. These are still produced by Dynatech, and it's made of mild steel. And the way that anti-reversion works is as your engine is pushing out exhaust and you get to the end of the system, you know, in a header, you've got these dead exhaust gases that can't quite get out. And so what happens is when your engine opens up for the next pulse, some of those dead exhaust gases can be sucked back into your engine. Well, with the anti-reversion muffler, inside of here there's a pocket, and that pocket will trap those dead exhaust gases, meaning that any of the air that's going back into your engine during that pulse is all clean air. Well, whether you care about anything I just said, that the whole point of it all is that because you're using clean air, you're going to get better torque. So this is something that is definitely going to pick up torque pretty much on any type of, whether it's 602s or 604s. And of course there's a few different configurations, but this is the one we most recommend is the anti-reversion muffler from Dynatech and Hendron Racing Engines. And it runs, these run $109.99 each. We sell them by the each, or we sell them by the pair. So you can buy them by the pair, $219.98 for the pair of anti-reversion mufflers. Fantastic product. Won a lot of races with these, so it's really good for that. All right, next up in the number 3 spot this week is from our friends at Schaefer's Oil. So our Schaefer's Oil, it runs $120.69 for a case, and you're getting 12 in a case. So it's a really good, you're getting a good value. It's not one of the really high priced oils, you know, where they're $20 a quart or anything crazy, and yet you're getting some of the best performance because of the oil, plus it also is a great protection mechanism as well. So our Schaefer's Oil, definitely one of our favorite products always, and a $120.69, so $120.69 for a case of the Schaefer's Oil. All right, next up in the number 2 spot, and obviously some guys are getting their cars ready for just getting them out of winter, right? Because you don't want things to seize up and all of that. So in our number 2 spot this week is from our friends at Daylube. So Daylube is a nano ceramic grease. It works for pretty much anywhere you need to use grease. Daylube is a fantastic option. And this is all of this is the same product. It's just packaged differently. So if you would prefer to have it in a jar, it comes in a jar, or it comes in a tube, or, you know, one of our favorite ways, of course, is the 1-ounce syringe. So the 1-ounce syringe, it runs, there we go, $16.99. I thought it did. And these are 16 ounce. Whether you go with the tube or the jar, these larger ones are 16 ounce and they run $45.79. So, you know, a tremendous bargain, or not, I don't want to say bargain, I hate that word, but a tremendous value for what you're able to buy. It really performs just like some of the really expensive greases, but not for that super high price point. And then with the syringes, it allows you to precision grease your bearings. So, you know, the fact that I've got bearings sitting here, if you're gonna, this is my little tech tip of the day, if you're gonna grease bearings, we don't want to put too much grease in these. So it's not like old school where you're gonna pack the bearings and make this huge mess all over the place. You don't want to do that anymore. What you want to do is you want to have just enough grease to make sure that it's gonna slide, but anything more than that, if you can't get some air through here, you're gonna have heating issues, things will kind of gum up. You're gonna really create more friction. And especially any of us who have crates, that's the whole point, is we wanna reduce friction anywhere we can, get rid of any drag anywhere we can. And one of the tech tip tricks about that is when you're greasing your bearings, you want to put grease in every other hole. So not every single one of them, just every other one. So you can see that with the syringe, how that will be a lot easier, because now you've got a tip here and you can just, you know, insert the tip into one of those holes. I even have a video, and you guys, I mean, I am not good at any of this stuff. So if I can do it, literally anybody can do it for sure. So it's definitely in that, is this easy enough for a girl to do? And the answer to that was yes. And I only got like the tiniest bit of grease on my hands, and that was, gosh, that was like 4 years ago when I did that video. One of the first, I was talking about to someone today and telling them that was like one of the first 10 videos I ever did was talking about Daylube and greasing those bearings myself, and it worked. I could do it. So if I can do it, anybody can do it. But that's your little tech tip. You definitely don't want to try to put too much grease on your bearings. Otherwise, you could just really introduce some drag that you really don't want to do. So, all right, let's go ahead and jump to the top one, and then we'll start giving away some stuff here. So our top product this week in the number 1 spot is our Walker air filter. Apparently it looks like I'm selling bubble wrap, but let me get a knife here, because there's always a knife on my desk. You never know what you need to open up there. And we're gonna go from bubble wrap. I feel like I'm doing an unboxing video now, you guys. So we go from bubble wrap to plastic wrap, which that's actually a good thing to show you, is that this is how these come. And this, because these filters are already pre-oiled, when you get them, it really is just ready to go ahead and drop right on top of your air filter base and go racing. You don't have to mess with them. You don't have to clean them. You don't have to oil them, nothing. They are ready to go out of the box. So, I mean, there's no point in taking off this plastic. You guys can see it's an air filter, and this is a 4-inch filter. We sell them as a 4-inch, or we've got the 3-inch. Just depends on what your preference is. I know some people are going to the 3-inch just so you can possibly see just a little bit better over the hood, but the 4-inch is still incredibly popular. And so our Walker air filter runs $99, and that's in the top spot. So let's give away some stuff here, and let's see, we've got an absolute ton of comments, and thank goodness I have Alex in the office today, and he is going to help out. And you might even be able to see this number right here, Alex. Okay, so he'll get me, he's going to get me some names here. I'm looking for stuff. There we go. And then you just plop down the name right here. So great, and I'm gonna go ahead and take a look at the comments, and that's one. And let me go ahead and do another name for our other drawing here. So, okay. Oh, I didn't even do, oh, okay, if you want to, then that's totally fine. Okay. Yeah, that'll work. Yeah. Yeah, we got this. So, there we go. Here, Alex. So he's getting, he's finding our winners right here, but I'm gonna see if anybody has any questions, because if I can answer any questions, I always love to do that, if I can, for sure. So, always watching, always great info. Thank you so much, Joe. Looking to, you know, anybody who has, if I can add a little bit of value by answering questions. Somebody says how much. I'm not sure what you're talking about. Biswas, Alamine. I don't know which product you're asking about. I think I've given the prices of everything. I'm not sure. So for the first one is Chris Story. So Chris, you just won the Race Logic t-shirt. So if you would, go ahead and send me a private message, you know, through Crate Insider. Let us know your address. I'll get that sent out to you. The second person, Carl Van Hoos. So Carl, you are the winner of the Crate Insider t-shirt. You'll be able to tell me what size you would like, and just send me a private message with the size and with your address, and we'll get that sent out to you. So Chris Story and Carl Van Hoos, if you could jot those down for me, that way I know. And I'm just gonna see if I can answer any other questions in here. Let's see, where is the link to register for the sponsorship? Hey, do you have that? Did you drop that in here? I'll put it in there. Could you just drop it in again, maybe under Matt's? Matt asked the question here, so Matt will be sure to drop this in here again. I think it's surveymonkey.com/sponsored superior, but we'll make sure we drop that in again. And let's see, do you have a good flat air filter base? I sure do, yes. Unfortunately, I'm currently out of them. I should have some in a couple of days. We go through them like kids with candy. We just roll through some air filter bases, but yeah, that's our flat air filter base, one of our absolute most popular products. A lot of times you don't see it on Top 5 Tuesday because I don't want to bore people with the same stuff every single week. So that's why it only gets to be the air filter base and 602 match valve springs only get to be on Top 5 Tuesday like once a month, because otherwise it's overkill, because I talk about the same things all the time and you don't want to do that. So yes, we certainly do. We have the best one out there. Matt says hi, by the way. Cool deal. Let me see. XL kind of guy. Yep. Perfect. Bill's asking if the scratch and dent 604s come off the truck yet. You know, still waiting on that, Bill. Bill and I have been having this conversation for more than a year. He's always looking for my scratch and dent 604 that I haven't been able to come up with yet. Oh, I love this, Terry. It's not the size of the shirt, it's how you wear it. Oh, that is so funny. Oh yeah, Bill says, look at the viewer count. We have a ton of people on here today. With the less grease in the bearings, what is the maintenance life for the bearing from a regular packed bearing? Really the same. That's what I'm hearing. And in fact, I knew that about the bearing packing. I knew that before. It's something I've been talking about with Daylube for probably about 4 years. But it was interesting being at the Race Logic Chassis School this weekend that same thing came up, and that there was somebody else standing out there, one of the instructors, talking about how you want to grease every other bearing. So you just want to take a look. It's not going to lengthen, nor will it slow down the life of the grease in the bearings. Just like any other maintenance item, you just always want to keep an eye on it, and whatever your maintenance schedule would be. I don't really know about the maintenance schedule, how often you re-grease your bearings, but however long you would normally go is going to be the same. It's not like you're really going to lose grease. It's just that you're going to really cut down on friction, and that's the important part there. Oh, good, and you dropped in that link there. And hashtag straws. Let's see, and highly recommend their fire suppression systems. Absolutely, there's a fire bottle right up there. It's there's always one hiding in my office. Definitely. And plastic for the win. Yes, for the straws. You guys are hilarious. Yeah, there's a whole battle about paper straws versus plastic straws. Has nothing to do with race car products, but we're having a good time here. But I want to thank each and every one of you for being here, for being part of Top 5 Tuesday this week. And you know, I hope you'll join me, and also just keep an eye out, you guys, because there are so many videos as soon as this girl right here gets these edited, we still have so many videos. We're gonna try to come out with like a video a day, almost every day. We're not quite there yet just because I can't edit them fast enough, but lots of great products and lots of new information coming your way. And I'm so grateful that you're here. Thank you for being here. I will see you next Tuesday at 2 o'clock for Top 5 Tuesday. Have a great week.